Okay guys, today we are going to discuss about the data masking concept. The data masking concept is nothing between this is the special advantages for the security perspective across overall the project. So generally when we see that some data, right, PIA data, personal identification kind of data, in the some, let me take some account, some banking account, some any kind of account, there are some PIA data over there. So we are not showing that particular values to the some people. Okay, the process of guiding original data with the modified content to protect data that is classified as personally identifiable information, sensitive personal data, commercially sensitive data. So these are the data is completely prevented. Okay, so this process is also known as the obfuscation. Okay, obfuscated means we are hiding the data. None of them is not allowing to see the data. Okay, this is, we can apply the security between the row level and column level on both. We can do that. Generally in the banking project, right, let me take the customer card and customer number and credit card. You can see that, right, some numbers is encrypted or we put the some X mark as highlighted. So that is at all for security perspective, because none of them is not retrieving the information, they are not misusing the data. Okay, for that purpose this concept will be bringing, okay, by through the data masking concept. No, this is a PIA data, personal identifiable information. These are the things, right? So this is a complete system. The birth date, address, vehicle license, medical health information, email, mobile, website, geographic information, full page photos. So these are the social security number. These are the everything is further to security related data, personal identifiable information data. Okay, so generally the data is like the personal identifiable information, the sensitive personal data, or commercial sensitive data over there. So this is the beginning process for the data masking example. Let me get that one SQL. We are retrieving the data from SQL database. So you can see that, right? Let me take the two table. Okay, this is the table for employee ID, employee name, salary, phone number, email. So after the obfuscation, after the obfuscated process, okay, you can read the data user. It's the original user. They can see the data. Okay, but in the front end user, some other role perspective, they are not. The data has been obfuscated. Okay, so the obfuscated data users, they are not allowing to see the full data, because for the email ID at all, it is a hiding. Right? It's a putting to excess mark. So these are the data masking concept generally. Okay, the snowflake support the using dynamic data masking on tables and views. Okay, we can apply the dynamic data masking on both the table and views level. Okay, before that, whenever we can apply the masking, we can create the masking policy. Okay, for the individual columns. Okay, this automatically applied at every location where the column appears. Okay, so once you are creating the column, then it will be applied for every location, all the location where the columns is appears. Okay, what is the limitation of the data masking? So prior to dropping a policy, unset is required. Okay, if you are creating the masking policy, you are going to hiding the data any of the column. Suppose if you want to dropping the policy, you need to unset is required. Only one column per alter table or alter view statement. If there is any one column, you are applying the security policy, and you can use the alter table or alter view statement, because this is applicable for both table and view level. The masking policy definition must have the same data type for the input and output. Okay, the input, there's a main rule for this is the rule criteria. You should have the same data type between the input and output. Okay, let me see some examples for that. Okay, let me take this policy. Let me move. you can switch to the account admin role. So now we are seeing that row level is not a row level, it is a column level policy. Yes. Okay, you are grading the employee schema, you can grade that. Okay, you need to select the database, right? You need to select the database. DemoDB public database, you can choose that. Then you can run there. Employee schema successfully created. Then you can navigate that employee schema. The employee is a spelling mistake, you can make it. Okay, now you can navigate the employee schema. Then under the employee schema, right, you are grading the role. Analyst role, analyst, real role and developer. There are 3 roles you can do that. So you are going to apply the masking policy for the column. You can restrict at that the role level. So that the examples you are looking forward. Okay. So the role, the permission is not there. So you need to modify that one, account admin. Okay, then you can create the 3 role. Okay, successfully is created. Okay, developer role is created and analysis role will be created or already exist. Okay, the 3 roles have been done. Then you are going to the role for the masking admin role. Another one more administrator role you are going to do that. Okay, you have done that. Then you have grant the privileges to masking admin role. So you can do that grant privileges, right? That's a great masking policy, right? Great masking policy privilege you can give like to the masking admin. So grant great masking policy on schema, which is schema, employee schema. Then to role masking admin. Okay, you are assigning this policy. So this admin, they are able to grade the masking policy. Okay, then once you have done that, you can apply the masking policy to the on account level, right? On account level to the role. So once you are grading the masking policy on schema level, then assign to the role and also the apply the masking policy to the account level, on account level to the role. So once it is done that, then you can grade the employee table. Yeah, you have done the employee table. Then you can insert some record. The employee table, we have the different employee ID, join date, and the department, and salary, and manager ID. Okay. Then you can insert it. The 8 records is inserted. 8 or 7 records are going to insert. Okay. Right now, what can you do? You can give that select permission only for the below table. DemoDB, employee information, and employee information, right? These are the tables, right? So you can go there. This table details, you can do the role analyst. Okay. So this employee information you created. This employee information, once you are going to give the select permission. For that, all the 3 roles, whatever we created so far, right? These 3 roles. So successfully done. Then again you can assign the role to user. So what is user? Custody. Once you can grade the role, you need to type with your user, right? The list of user, whatever. So Harshini is the user. Okay, also done. You can grant it. Okay. Then you can do that. Grant access to the warehouse. Okay. Grant warehouse access to the roles. So grant usage on warehouse. Okay. Compute warehouse to role. Okay. You can do that usage warehouse permission to that particular role. All three different roles. Then you can do that user schema permission to the three roles. Done that. So right now you can go to create the grading masking policy. The snowflake does not support different input and output data. Output data type after the masking, before masking, you should have the same data type. Otherwise, it will be getting the error. Okay, the masking policy, the target timestamp return a string. It's not a right value statement. The input and output types must match. Okay, how to grade the masking policy? Create or replace masking policy. Okay, masking policy, you can give that policy name. Then you can give that column. Okay, policy name and as, and you can give the column val or number format. Then returns. Okay, return this number into, you can assign the case class. Okay, assign the case class when current role. Okay, the current role mean the Harsini role. There is the particular role mean, then you can see the value. Only analyst real or account admin. This role will be applicable to see the value. Otherwise, this is the hiding value. Other people who is seeing that 9. Okay, 9. This kind of the values they are getting. Okay, you can run that. Okay, because no, this is the standard version, so it's not applicable for that masking policy because it's very costly. It will be applicable only the enterprise and business critical edition only. Okay, for this query also same thing. You can do that also. You can make it the string column return type, because no, this whatever you are passing with input column and output column both are same data type. Otherwise, you will be returning the error. So for this condition also, when current role, the particular all the three roles. So these are the roles we are getting this value. So other people who are getting this asterisk value. Okay. So if you want to alter table, right? If exist means if the particular table is available, is alter. Otherwise, it's not alter, right? So alter table, if exist the employee information, you can modify the column. You can modify column salary. Okay. Once you can grade the policy, you need to apply the policy in the particular column in our table, right? So that's why alter table if exist, and then modify column and give the column name. Okay, then set operator, you need to give the policy, masking policy. Okay, send masking policy and masking policy name. You can give that. So after give that also, this salary column will be applicable for this policy. Okay, this is a full syntax for that. Okay, once it is done also, then you can navigate this row, then select that, then navigate this, select that, navigate this, select that. So these are the column level security in the snowflake. But there are the two main things. One, that you need to grade the policy. If you want to grade the role and to select to give some grant permission according to the requirement, then next thing that you need to grade the policy. You need to specify the input column and return to the output data type. Both should be the same. At the same time also, you need to put the case class. How the values are going to flip it. So then you can navigate the role and you can select the records. Okay. Then next one. So this feature is not applicable in standard. That's why we cannot try in our periods. policy. Okay, next query for that. Now you can navigate that role account admin. You can how to describe the policy. DSC command you can use that. Okay, describe masking policy and masking policy name. Okay, you can describe that. But it's not applicable for us, it's not eligible for us, right? Then next thing for you can create one more policy, create masking policy name also, then you can do the column name, return what value, then this is the logic for that. The current role, when current role not in analyst means then value. Other than analyst only, everyone they are seeing this value. Only analyst only they are able to see the value. No. Only not in analyst only they are able to see the value. It is analyst means they are able to see this incorrect value. Okay, hiding value, encrypting value. The same way means okay, this is the same way. How to unset the masking policy? If you want to masking set in future also, you want to unset the masking policy, means we can use alter command. Alter table if exists, you can do the modify column, unset and masking policy. Without unset, you cannot drop the table, masking policy table. Okay. Then apply the masking policy to table number of column. Okay. The same way, alter table if exists, this column name, modify column and column name, you can do the masking policy, you can do that, apply that, set the masking policy and policy name. Okay, the same way, you can apply the sheet column. Okay, then you can navigate again, you can see the records. Okay, yeah, this is the next thing for that main thing. Because guys, I am not able to run the masking policy here because it's a pre-edition, we cannot run that. Only it is applicable for beyond the pre-edition. Okay. So you can try it out if you want to activate the billing account. Okay. So there's a use you can rule. Okay, the particular rule you can navigate that. These are the role. What are the role? These are the role. All the roles. If you want to create the role, you need to assign the user also. Okay. So these are the role. Okay. You can create the one view also. Only view create or replace view as Celeste from table name where salary greater than 40,000. This is the view you are going to create that. Okay, then you can select the view also. You can select permission. You can do that. These three roles already we have defined, right? Then you can assign the set policy. Okay, policy, this is a main the column, salary column, you are assigning the policy, and this is the department column, you can set the policy. The policy is given is not like that in the different area. Okay. And next things, you can do that. So next thing is nothing between, you can apply the masking policy on view level only. You can create the view also. The same thing. Okay, you can assign the select permission only. Other than select permission, you are not able to provide that for the particular roles. Then you can create the view, right? Alter view. Okay, alter view name, modify column, give the column name, set masking policy, then do that. If it is a table, alter table, if exists the table, this alter view, the view name, modify column, do that. The set masking policy you can do. Okay, then you can apply that logic accordingly. Okay, let's take it for the low level security. Next concept is a row level security. Row level security is nothing when we are grading the three different roles: human resource, technology, and marketing role. This is the row level security information. Okay. Okay. You can see the change the role. Account admin. Okay, you can grade the role. 3 roles. Successfully grading. Then you can grade that one user, grade or replace user, password, grade or replace user username, password name, default role human resource. What is the default role? Then grant role human resource to the particular user. Okay. We are going to create another one more user, create or replace user username and password. You can do the default role. What is the default role? It's a marketing role. If you want to marketing, you was in that. Okay, then person is my user. So once you can set that role, right, get the user you can type out, then particular role, right, the particular role you can as a grant permission to that our account admin. Okay. So they okay, then create that employee table and insert that 8 records, 7 records inserted. You can create the manager table. Then manager records you can insert that. Okay, once you create the managers, you can give the full name. Okay, then you can do that warehouse usage purpose, usage on warehouse, compute warehouse, to all the 3 different roles. So database and schema level you can do that everything. Okay, you can assign that all the activities to all the 3 roles. Okay, then well, this is the main query for the logic. So what happened? Create or replace, create the secure view, create the view name, yes, and this query, right? This is employee table. All the columns are selecting A dot E dot star from this employee table. Then you can set the department from the employee table to change the upper. Then you can select that the inside condition. Manager role allies, right? Upper column, that is the column from the manager table. If you want to check the role, the particular upper of manager role name equal to upper of current role mean, then you can pull that particular department people. this is the current role. Okay, once you can do that, select on view permission. Employee table. Next thing for that, you can roll that, you can move that schema on the particular role, then you can navigate that and select that view employee, human resource role, verify the roles for the technology role, whatever roles, then you can select that. So how to drop the user? You can drop username. So this is the row level security. The row level security. You are hiding the rows, complete row. Because now you are selecting the manager people only for this application in our previous query, right? Our previous query is nothing between just the manager role, right? The manager roles only. Your current role is matching, then only you are fetching. So manager role name and current role name will be differ, it does not fetching. So in this way only you can secure the views. Okay. So both are who is your employee, that who is that person who is the manager in the same company, those kind of the rows we are going to secure view. Okay. None of them is not able to look the data, manager data. So okay, high level data. So that is a purpose for that. Okay guys, so we discussed two predominant topic for that, right? Column level security and row level security. For this question especially, the interviewer will be checking that your architect, whoever is attending architect level of interview. So please keep to prepare that. But row level security, whatever logic you can define and accordingly you can do that. So because you can make some security at the row level, right? Column level, if an individual column or group of column, you can apply the masking policy. The masking policy is very important. Masking policy, you can divide the case statement to assign the some value. So based on that will be reacting. You can alter that. Once you are loading the data, then you can apply the security at the top of that. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. So we can see in the next class.